Hello and welcome to Entirely English and Merry Christmas. I thought I'd do some videos on English Christmas traditions. Now, I say English Christmas traditions because Ireland has its own traditions, Scotland has its own traditions, Wales has, the UK and its islands and territories all have their own traditions. I am familiar with the English ones, so that's what I'm going to talk about. And the first one I want to talk about is decorations. This is obviously the first thing that happens at Christmas time. We put up the decorations. Unlike shops, which seem to think it's okay to put up Christmas decorations at Halloween, most British people will not put up their decorations until the first or second week of December, sometimes as late as Christmas Eve. The decorations consist of things that hang from the ceiling, obviously the things we dress the tree with, wreaths, which are circles of holly, and the berries, and these days all sorts of window decorations. When I was a child, the things we had from the ceiling, draping along the ceiling, were called paper chains, and we would make them in school. You'd get pieces of paper, there would be crepe paper, and they'd be cut into strips, and the child would take the strip and glue one end to the other, and then you'd take another one, different colour maybe, and do it like that, and you make a chain, and you'd hang those from the ceiling. It's very cute, very cheap. Nowadays, of course, people tend to use the stuff bought from shops, all these sort of metallic plastic decorations, which is good. They last for years, gradually over the years getting damaged. And of course, decorating the tree is very important. Many families do this as a sort of family bonding ritual. They would set up the tree. Again, when I was a child, there used to be real trees, and you'd go to the forest or go to a place that was selling them, bring home a real tree, stick it in a pot or on a wooden base, and then decorate it. The trouble with real trees everybody found was the needles, that's the little green pieces, would fall off and make a mess of the floor, and in those days we all had carpets, and they were a bugger to get out of the carpet. So the plastic tree became very popular. Put it at Christmas, put it back in the box in the loft for the next year. Decorating the tree would often involve tinsel. Again, in my day, tinsel was actually tin foil, the same stuff you wrap your turkey in when you're cooking it. Very thin strips of tin foil on a wire string, and you wrap that around your tree. If you had excess, most people didn't, you might hang it over the fireplace to add some extra decoration. Again, nowadays that tends to be a sort of plasticky foil. And then we'd hang baubles from the tree. Baubles, in my day, they used to be just coloured glass balls you'd hang from the tree, and then we started having ones with pictures on them, and then various shapes. You get things like this you'd hang from the tree. Some families have something which was inherited, which they put up every year, and it reminds them of their grandparents or something. And then you'd put the fairy lights on. Those are the little lights, a bit like those, on a string, wrap them around the tree. And then when I was a child, it was always the problem of, first of all, untangling it. You packed it away the year before, probably neatly, but when you take it out, it's suddenly become this knotted mess, and you have to try to untangle it to get the strip in one piece. And then you'd put it on the tree, plug it in, and find that one of the bulbs wasn't working. And if one bulb wasn't working, the whole lot didn't work. So you'd have to go through and test each bulb, make sure it was secure, and if you went through all the bulbs and they were all secure and it still wasn't working, then you'd get a spare bulb and go through and replace each bulb in turn. If two bulbs were gone, then you were really, sometimes you could tell just by looking, but it was part of the Christmas tradition, this frustration with the Christmas tree. At the end of Christmas, there is a tradition, goes back hundreds of years. I don't think many people follow it now, but the decorations should be taken down before the 12th night after Christmas. There's a Shakespeare play called Twelfth Night, and a lot of producers miss the fact that it is set at Christmas time. But anyway, 12th night, the decoration should be down because they say it's bad luck. I suspect this is because 12 nights after Christmas is the old Christmas like they have in Russia on the 6th, 7th of June. So maybe they wanted to get the decorations down to stop that overlap. You know, just like they made April Fool's Day. That's a video for another time. So 12th night decorations had to be down. Sometimes you go to people's houses at Easter and they've still got some of their decorations up. Often little bits of the paper chains still stuck to the ceiling where they tried to take down, but the drawing pin they'd used to put it up had stuck. So decorations were a big part. And they bring the feeling, you know, like now. Today we've got no snow, everywhere outside is wet and it's fairly warm, so there is no Christmas atmosphere in the air. But when you come into a home that is nicely decorated, you get that feeling. So I hope your Christmas decorations are up. Next little video we'll talk about some of the other traditions, including well, wait and see. Merry Christmas. See you again soon. Bye bye now.